once described as the most invisible weapon in the world, is no longer truly invisible. Has the myth of fifth-generation fighter invincibility, especially the F-35, started to collapse today? Imagine the most advanced fighter jet ever built, equipped with cutting-edge stealth technology, sophisticated sensors, and advanced warning systems, flying deep into a high-risk mission. And suddenly, without any warning, it gets targeted. This is exactly the narrative that has now become one of the most controversial topics among global military analysts and media outlets. The legend of the F-35's stealth capabilities, a fighter long considered the symbol of American technological superiority, is now facing a serious challenge. Reports claiming that this aircraft was detected and targeted by an integrated air defense system have not only shifted expert perspectives, but also reshaped assumptions about the future of aerial warfare. The story began when news broke about an emergency landing of a U.S. fighter jet at a base somewhere in the Middle East. At first glance, this might not have seemed unusual. However, what elevated this story to global significance was its confirmation by international media sources. CNN reported that a U.S. F-35 fighter had been forced to make an emergency landing after sustaining damage from air defense fire. This confirmation pushed the story beyond a local claim and turned it into a serious subject of global analysis. Moments later, the release of a video changed everything. The footage clearly shows an F-35 inches flight suddenly encountering an explosion very close to it. An explosion that strongly suggests either a direct hit or a near detonation of an air defense missile. This video triggered a wave of global analysis. Military experts began examining the footage frame by frame, trying to understand exactly what had happened. Was a stealth fighter truly detected and engaged? If so, what has changed? According to some reports, the aircraft likely took off from a U.S. aircraft carrier and entered an operational zone during its mission. The key point here is that the F-35 is specifically designed for penetrating such environments, areas where conventional aircraft would easily be detected and destroyed. But in this case, the equation appears to have fundamentally changed. One of the most critical questions is, how was the F-35 detected? This aircraft is designed with an extremely low radar cross-section, making it nearly invisible to many traditional radar systems. However, stealth does not mean total invisibility. It only reduces the probability of detection. For this reason, many analysts believe that the detection may have occurred using non-traditional methods. One likely method is the use of electro-optical and infrared tracking systems. These systems can detect the thermal signature of an aircraft, even if it is stealthy in radar terms. In such a scenario, the aircraft may not even realize it is being tracked, because no active radar signals are emitted signals that its warning systems are designed to detect. This means the first layer of the F-35's defensive chain may have been bypassed. But the story doesn't end there. The next phase is missile engagement. In the released footage, there are no clear signs of active radar-guided targeting. This strengthens the possibility that an infrared or optically guided missile was used. Such missiles can track their target without emitting detectable signals. The advantage? From the aircraft's perspective, the threat is essentially invisible. Warning systems designed to detect radar emissions become ineffective. Even infrared warning systems, depending on the angle of approach or signal intensity, may fail to react in time. But perhaps the most surprising aspect of this incident is the pilot's response. As the missile approaches, there is no visible defensive reaction. No flares are deployed. No evasive maneuvers are executed. No sudden course correction is observed. This is highly unusual. The F-35 is known as one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world, equipped with a 360-degree sensor suite and highly sophisticated threat warning systems. These systems are designed to detect incoming threats instantly and give the pilot enough time to react. So why didn't that happen here? One hypothesis is that the missile used incorporates technologies that significantly reduce its detectability. In other words, just as aircraft use stealth technology, missiles may now be evolving toward a form of counter-stealth. Another possibility involves electronic warfare. It is conceivable that the aircraft's warning systems were disrupted, deceived, or jammed. In such conditions, even the most advanced systems might fail to receive accurate data or any data at all. After the explosion, the aircraft attempts to escape the area using afterburners at maximum speed. However, the footage suggests that it sustained significant damage, particularly around the horizontal stabilizers. Damage in this area can severely affect the aircraft's stability and control. Eventually, reports emerged of the fighter making an emergency landing in a nearby country. While some sources describe the damage as minor, visual evidence suggests otherwise. This contradiction between official statements and available footage has itself become a focal point of analysis. Beyond the technical details, however, what truly matters are the strategic implications. For years, the F-35 has been seen as a cornerstone of Western air superiority. Many countries have invested billions of dollars to acquire this platform, believing it guarantees dominance in contested environments. Now, that belief is being questioned. If a stealth fighter can be targeted without warning, what does that imply? Are other fifth-generation aircraft vulnerable in the same way? Has the era of stealth dominance come to an end? These questions extend far beyond a single incident. They strike at the core of modern military doctrine. Perhaps it is time to shift the focus from remaining unseen to surviving even when detected. In such a paradigm, factors like electronic warfare, integrated air defense networks, and artificial intelligence-driven analysis become increasingly important. It is no longer enough to avoid detection, you must be able to survive it. This shift in thinking could fundamentally reshape the future design of both fighter aircraft and defense systems. Ultimately, the battlefield is constantly evolving. Every new technology is eventually met with a countermeasure. Stealth is no exception. What we may be witnessing today is not the end of stealth technology, but the beginning of a new phase in the ongoing competition between offensive and defensive systems, a race in which each side strives to stay one step ahead. If you found this analysis interesting and want to explore more about advanced military technologies and the future of modern warfare, make sure to stay with us. Your support allows us to create deeper and more precise analyses. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. See you in the next video.